Well, what's up, everybody, and welcome back. So just some quick thoughts, some things that I've been observing out there. Now, when you're out and around, inevitably, unfortunately, you run into a lot of rude people. And I'm going to use that to segue into this concept that's been spoken about quite a bit over the years, and that's the influence of media on the behaviors of people. And I don't really want to get too deep into that. That's a whole other discussion, and to tell you the truth, I'm not an expert on that. I don't really know. I don't even really care, to tell you the truth. But nonetheless, you'll notice that mainstream media definitely reflects the overall values that are in the current zeitgeist out there. And another thing you'll notice in the media is the whole plot line, and this can be mainly in movies and shows and stuff like that. It can also be in music and just any sort of creative kind of things out there, is the whole nuanced perspective of good and bad, right? Like, it's common now for, it turns out later on in the story that the bad guy wasn't actually all that bad, that, he was damaged in some way, or there was some secret reason he was doing what he was doing, and it turns out it's more understandable once you learn further into what his motives are, or you hate the villain of the story for so long, and then near the end it shows something that went on recently or in the past, and now all of a sudden you feel sorry for that person, and now you're rooting for them, kind of thing. And that's good. It's creative. It was a way to change up the traditional plot lines, the traditional storylines, for example, or not for example, like it was just a way to change around the more traditional plot lines that are out there. Sorry, I kind of lost track of my proper speech there for a little bit. But so I definitely think that has an influence on the general mindset of the people out there, and that's a good thing, right? Like, that's definitely a good, radical empathy is a good thing. But also, if you're just regular, chill kind of person that's coming in, talking to people, doing your thing, trying to be somewhat of an uplifting presence, and there's a bundle of people that don't like that very much. They're kind of rude about it. They kind of have to take issue with it in some sort of way, and you behave in a way that you clearly disapprove of that, that you clearly disapprove of the way that they are, deliberately being rude to what is supposed to be a positive presence. The other people around almost side with that person. They almost, they almost look at, like, if you act displeased about that, they almost act as if, you don't know what that person's been through. You don't know what kind of day they're having. You don't know this, that, and the other about them. So, you should show some, you should be more, you shouldn't be so negative in return to their negativity. You should show some grace and be understanding, kind of thing, right? To the point where you almost, as the uplifting, positive presence, almost become the villain, because you're sort of calling out people that aren't conducting themselves properly, right? And I think that definitely has to do with that current zeitgeist of the media. And like I said, there's a point to it, but in all actuality, if you know anything about people, if you have any sort of basic common decency and respect and understanding for people in life, you don't have to explicitly state understanding of what people might have gone through. It's weaved into the fiber of your everyday interactions, no matter what sort of interaction you're having. Doesn't matter if it's good, bad, or ugly. It's just that general understanding and grace is just naturally in your fiber. It doesn't have to be reminded to everybody. It doesn't have to be stated. And at the end of the day, you should at least try to conduct yourself properly, fashionably, and try as best you can to be an uplifting presence to the people around you. And there shouldn't be any nuanced involved in it. It should just be the bottom line at the end of the day. And it's just something I'm observing. A lot of you guys aren't even trying, okay? So just keep that in mind. A lot of you guys aren't even trying. You need to keep that in mind. You need to take it small. You need to try a little harder, I think. Those are some thoughts. Thank you very much. I hope this resonated with you in some way, and just keep it in your mind and infuse it into your interactions out there. Thanks. Have a great day.